Some Montgomery County residents are still cleaning up and making repairs to their homes following June's massive derecho. And as many of us know, the threat of more severe weather still exists, with hurricane season in full swing until October. Montgomery County wants its residents to be prepared in case of another weather event or emergency. Our Susan Kennedy talked with Ralph Vines from the Office of Consumer Protection about how they're working to educate the consumer in these situations.
Tell us a little bit about the Consumer Protection's role in making sure these folks have the proper repairs done.
We passed out brochures and literature on that day suggesting that consumers only use licensed Maryland contractors to do the tree removal and to do the improvements. So we know we put the information in their hand. As you can see, it's been 6 weeks, but this home just barely has tarp and the trees have been moved, but there have been no real major repairs to the property yet. So these things are very time consuming, but it's important the consumer not rush to judgment, that they need to make sure they find a licensed contractor that has the ability to do the full scope of work.
What is the role of the Consumer Protection Office in these situations? Are you guys out pounding the pavement, making sure folks are being properly compensated for and taken care of by these contractors?
Well, at the initial height of the storm or right after the initial storm, we are out in neighborhoods that we think that are mostly affected, passing out information. But there's a limited number of us. But the police and other law enforcement agencies are also out there, and they are a resource. If you really feel someone is at your door, they're a crook, they're a scammer, don't be afraid to call the police. They can come out, they can identify these people, and that's a safety for you as the victim. Our role is to try to help the consumer, to inform the consumer. We believe an educated consumer is the best. But then, of course, our secondary role is to process and investigate the complaints. And if we find that it's a violation of the law, we can seek some type of enforcement, whether through civil citations or criminal action against an unlicensed individual.
Are we seeing an increase in these folks who are coming in and trying to take advantage of residents?
Well, we have two types of incidents. One is, yes, the seasonal or catastrophic contractor. An event happens, they come from everywhere, they're looking for the quick dollar. Then there are the long-term contractors. For example, there's a group of contractors that we now label as travelers, who we know every year come through Maryland, they go up and down the East Coast, and they often do paving work and some driveway work. Well, we're seeing the same thing now with the tree contractors. Warm weather, they come out, but also during terrible events like storms, they come out.
If you have any questions about common home repair scams, or if you think you've been a victim of one, you can contact the county's Office of Consumer Affairs at 240-777-3636. I'm Susan Kennedy for County Report This Week.